I'm Dr. B, and yes, I'm a real ER doctor. So you may be wondering, what am I doing here in this space? Well, after years of pain from sports injuries, I listened to my doctor and had to pivot into a career that would keep me off my feet as much as possible. I also have a degree in finance, and so it was a natural transition to join Verified Investing. I'll share my prescription for becoming a successful investor right here on the Market Pulse. Welcome to the Market Pulse. I'm Dr. B at Verified Investing, and today we're going to be talking about some of the recent trades we have taken. And so, this week is going to be a big week as well, so there should be a lot of volatility where you can use some of the techniques that we have used in the past couple weeks and the past couple trading days to capitalize on the volatility that is likely coming, right? We have AMD, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, 4 of the Mag 7 reporting this week, which should essentially give a direction for the rest of 2024, in the U.S. equities market. So let's jump over to the charts here. We're going to talk about what we've traded recently. All right, so this will be a little bit of a different episode. This is going to give you a real look into what we see every day on the Apex Day Trading Room. Okay, this is a trade that we took last week, and I'm going to give you our winners. I'm going to give you our losers. I'm going to also give you trades that we're still working through, okay, and give you the real deal, look behind the scenes here, what we do every day at Verified Investing. So the first chart here, this is Google, okay? Now, how I have my chart set up, I have the 1 minute on the left, I have my VWAP, and I have the 10-minute here on the right. I have my RSI on both charts, and this helps me to understand if there's small patterns that are developing on the 1 minute and then larger patterns developing on the 10-minute. And then in general, I have my S&P 500, my spiders charts up on another screen, and I'm keeping an eye, where is the market? Is the market weak? Is it bouncing? Is this likely to bounce? Because if the S&P is bouncing, other stocks are likely, to bounce with it that are in the S&P. So this is a stock that we traded on the 26th, on Friday. Google, we went long on this stock. And I'll read out here, we went long at 164.23, and we exited at 165.63. So let's go over a couple things here. So again, our entry was 164.23. So that was our entry. Our exit was at 165.23. Right? This is a 5. 165.23. So a dollar gain. A dollar gain per share. So again, 164.23 is right around here, right in this area. Now, why did we enter here? Okay, so you can see that on the 10-minute chart, there's a bottoming tail, okay? And Gareth talks about this in the Winning Trader series. This stuff works. We use it every single day. And then what I do is I take his methodology and I use my methodology here on the 1-minute charts, and I combine them to really create some powerful trades. So we've got a big fall on Google here, okay, from the 170s down to the mid-160s. Gareth actually called this trade. We had a bottoming tail here, and look at the retrace. Here's the retrace right here about 164.23. This is where we entered, and we sold right here at 165.23, which is right around here, somewhere in here, okay? So this is where we made money on this stock, this small move from here to here. And look, had you held this stock from this bottoming tail, you would have made about $5 per share on this stock, if you had held it throughout the rest of the day. But we generally like to take a look at small moves. We like to get a couple dollars, maybe $1, maybe 50 cents per share, $1, $1.50, $2 sometimes, depending on the price of the stock, okay? So that was the trade we took on Google. We made some money. It was an awesome trade. We have about 400 or 500 members in our Apex Day trading room, and they took that trade as well. So UPS is the next trade. This is a trade that I took, actually. And this is, let's just see here, make sure you can see. So UPS, all right, so we entered long at 126.52 on the 26th. You can see here that we had a gap up and then a gap down on the stock. I'm sorry, a move down on the stock. All right, and so we entered here on UPS right around 126. Let me just get to the right date. 126.52. So our entry, $126.52. Our exit, $126.07. We actually took a loss on this trade. We went long, okay, long UPS at 126.52. And let me just make sure this screen is pulled up to the right area on the chart. In 1 second. Okay. All right, so it was my mistake. We went long on this on the 23rd, not the 26th. So I'll just go back to the 23rd here. All right, so you can see that UPS gap down here. UPS gap down. You can see the gap down moving lower. And again, we entered right here, 126.52. Exit 126.07. So this is right around 126.52, right in here. And you can see that we were actually in the money. And this is important to understand, profit taking, how much a stock, should move to the upside, how much it should move to the downside. And we talk about this in the Market Pulse episodes. So we didn't take the profit here. And then you can see that the stock moved lower, and you can see that this trend line was created right here. And we were adding along this trend line, bringing our average down a little lower here, okay? And what happened was the stock continued to stay weak. It never really made a move higher until later in the day. So what we did is we actually put a stop loss, okay? And again, let me just switch this here so you can see. So you can see right here this trend line being formed, all right? And then what happened? The stock broke the trend line. So this is where we stopped out. It turned out to be the bottom of the chart for the day, and you can see over here this was the bottom, or very close to the bottom, and look at this move higher from 125 up to about 128. I show this because this happens sometimes. It happens to people like us who trade every single day. And it's very important to understand that this is just part of the game. You have to create your thesis, draw your trend lines, come up with your entry points, your add points, your stop out points, okay? And then your profit taking points, okay? We could have had about a $3 per share profit on this, but we stopped out. That's fine. We moved to the next trade. We took a small loss on that trade. I think maybe we were in a 1/10 or a 2/10 position. Not a big deal. Okay, this is part of the game, and the goal is keeping your losses small with stop losses, okay, and letting your winners run. And that's actually been a struggle for me, right, is keeping those losses small with stops and letting those winners run. As soon as you can do that, all right, then the math is simple. The numbers add up, and all of a sudden you're a profitable trader. So Very, very cool. That was UPS. We took a loss there. ON, this is a short on ON Semiconductors this morning. Let's see, I took a short on this earlier today, and I'm just going to show you what I was looking at, okay? So, again, this is the 1 minute chart, the 10-minute chart. On ON, we got in around 79.35. That was our average. Okay, so we started shorting somewhere in this area, but our average price, okay, and I'll just put parentheses, average, 79.35. Our exit, okay, so again, 79.35 is somewhere around here. This is our average, so we were shorting. We probably entered somewhere in here, short, 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 okay? So here's our average. Our exit was, so where did we cover? 78.35. All right, so over $1 per share we took. A couple things that I saw. I saw this rising parallel, right? The stock was up about 13%. Then I saw a wedge pattern that was developing. I knew anytime you have a wedge pattern inside of a rising parallel, that's bearish. Typically it falls, all right? There was bearish divergence on the RSI, and you had a topping tail on ON, okay? If you know what you're doing, you can profit in the markets. It takes time, effort, patience, study, determination, persistence. You can do it. A great deal of people who try this without learning lose in the markets. Once you learn and take the time to study, you can make money. Okay, so here's a topping tail. All right, so we also have a 1 minute topping tail with a decent amount of volume, and look at this fall, right? So this is where we made the money today on ON. Our members in the Apex Day Trading Room took this trade. We nailed this trade today, and it was a great day. It was a great day. So, and again, if you can see here on this 10-minute chart, you're not looking for a significant percentage move. We made about 2% on this trade. We're not looking for 10, 20, 30% moves. We're looking for small percent moves throughout the year and throughout the trading day, and that really adds up. So very, very good trade there today. I'll talk about Ford. This is a stock that we entered last week. Okay, Ford had one of its biggest down days since 2008. You can see this is the daily chart of Ford. All right, very, very clear support line. Here's your COVID lows, 2023 lows here. Comes right into this level where Ford is trading right now. You can see a gap down from around $13 down to about $11 and then has moved lower. Look at all these pivot highs here, pivot lows, all these pivot lows here gives you good support, and you can see that it's corresponding with this level as well. So what we've done is, I think we started around 1160, 1170. Our average now is 1129, and we're in a 4/10 position. Typically, when we're in the Apex Day Trading Room, we don't hold trades overnight, but sometimes we do when we have very good support and resistance level on a higher time frame, okay, where it's really overdone and it's likely to bounce over the next several days and weeks. So let's zoom in there to the Ford chart. I can show you what I'm looking at here. All right, so let me just show you. Tell you what, I'll go to the 5-minute chart. You'll be able to see it a bit clearer. So what I did this morning is I added on this parallel channel, okay, and again, you can see on the left screen here we have a parallel. This is a falling parallel. So this is bullish, right? Falling parallels break to the upside, rising parallels break to the downside. This is your third hit right here, high probability of a bounce. Okay, typically you see a pierce there. We added right here at 1089, brought our average down to 1129, okay, 4/10 position. So when this continues to bounce, all right, and breaks out of this parallel, that's where we will probably take some money off the table, maybe downsize to a 2/10 position at break even, and then allow this to move higher into the profit. Why do we take money at break even? Because what happens if Ford comes up here and then falls back down? Well, now we can add our 2/10 back and then bring our average down even lower, now to say 18, let's say, right? If we add at 1070, our average will probably come down maybe even to 1110 or lower. And so as it bounces, you're in the money much sooner, and you're taking profit on these shares from here to here, and then you're allowing the stock to come back down, DCAing, dollar cost averaging, improving your average, building up your position again for the inevitable or most likely bounce higher to the upside. So that's what we do every single day. This is why we teach what we teach. It's not easy. It takes time. It is definitely complex, but it can be done. When you learn the different strategies and techniques, you can very, very much profit in the market. So I hope you enjoyed that episode today. And I think I'll probably do more of these episodes, reviewing our trades so that people can see what we do every day. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. I think I'll do this more often, go through our winning, our losing trades that we're still in. I think it really shows transparency. It shows that we are human. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. But overall, if you keep your losses small and let your winners run and take your profits, you can't go broke taking profits, right? This is a tough, complex thing that we do, which is why you can rely on us to teach you our techniques that Gareth has in the Winning Trader series. I teach my methodology in the 1-Minute Scalpel. We have an earnings trader course where we post earnings levels on different charts, and that helps you to profit from the big moves during earnings season. So yeah, check out the website below, and or I think if there's maybe a QR code, you can go to the website via that on the screen, and just check us out. Gareth has been doing this for 25 years. He's taught us quite a bit, and we are very excited to teach you what we've learned and the edge that we've developed in the markets. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week. Take care.